guys, so this is the scientific newscast assignment. So first, we're going to read about all the new scientists during the scientific revolution. Click on that fact sheet. We've got scientists and their discoveries. Francis Bacon, 1561 to 1626. He believed that a better understanding of how the world worked would help make life better for people. Or believe that a better understanding of the world. Take out how. Okay. That sounded weird, sorry. Believes that scientists relied too much on ancient theories. They should experiment. Helped develop the scientific method, observe, hypothesis, experiment, analyze data to prove and disprove the hypothesis. I'm sure you guys have talked about this in science. Scientific method has been used countless times to help make scientific discoveries. Francis Bacon is a scientific method guy. Isaac Newton, 1642 to 1727. He is an English mathematician. According to the legend, he saw an apple fall to the ground from the tree, which led to research on why objects fall. He discovered the law of gravitation. The force of gravity holds the solar system together by keeping the sun and planets in their orbits. This helped to explain how people could stay on a round Earth without falling off. So Isaac Newton is the guy who discovered gravity. Andreas Vesalius, 1514 to 1564. He is a Flemish anatomist, study of the human body, and surgeon. Considered the father of modern anatomy. He started dissecting human bodies was illegal. They thought it was like defiling the body, and that if you did that, then their soul would be lost and they wouldn't be accepted into heaven. So he used animals to learn about the human body. His research was based on dissection of human cadavers or dead bodies. He often practiced on the bodies of criminals who died. He drew detailed and accurate images of the human body. So he is the father of anatomy. William Harvey, 1578-1657. He is an English physician. From direct observations and experiments, Harvey concluded that blood circulates throughout the body, pumped by the heart, returning to the veins, valves maintained on one way of flow. Before this, people did not know how blood moved through the body or how important it was to human life. He explained how blood delivers oxygen to the body. So he is the blood guy. Gabriel Fahrenheit, I bet you can guess what he discovered. 1686-1736. He is German. He's a German physicist and engineer. Developed precise thermometers filled with mercury to measure temperature. The scale associated with this temperature is called the Fahrenheit scale. 32 degrees Fahrenheit was the temperature for freezing water. 212 degrees Fahrenheit was the boiling point. Before him, there was no way to reliably measure temperature. Robert Boyle. He is a British chemist, seen as the founder of modern chemistry, rejected the traditional theory that all matter was composed of 4 elements: earth, fire, wind, and air. He discovered that all matter is made up of elements, basic materials that cannot be broken down into smaller parts. Examples: oxygen, hydrogen, or gold. He proved that alchemy, a belief that metals can be transformed into gold, was not possible. And lastly, Benjamin Franklin. I bet you know this guy. He is an American public official, scientist, inventor, and writer. He proved that lightning was electricity and suggested that buildings could be protected by lightning conductors. Before him, it was common for buildings to catch fire during thunderstorms. He may have conducted his famous kite experiment and successfully seen sparks from a cloud during the thunderstorm to prove this theory. Okay, so we've got a bunch of really important scientists in history who still affected the things that we learned today. So choose a scientist. Choose one person that you want to be the main subject in your newscast. What was their discovery? What were they known for? So put some details that you found interesting about their discovery here, and then brainstorm some ways that the discovery impacted the world. So, for example, Benjamin Franklin, his discovery was electricity. I think it's interesting that before him, houses used to catch on fire during thunderstorms, and so he had a kite and a key in a thunderstorm, and that's how he figured out that lightning was electricity. So that impacted the world today because we use electricity for everything. We use electricity for our power, and it's very important to us. So that's how it impacted the world today. Next, you guys are going to create a script. So pretend that you are on a television show and you are reporting about this scientist. This is the first time that the world has heard about this scientist, and you're going to explain who they are, what they discovered, and why it's important. So a sample script, you would normally have 2 people. We're going to try to do group work through this, where I'm going to assign you a partner who is a remote student, so that way you can Zoom with them and work with them. But everyone was responsible for their own script to start off with. So, for example, you would say, welcome everyone to the news show. Come up with a good news name. So like, I don't know, news to know, or something like that. I don't know. And then person 2 would introduce the story and give some information about the discovery. So they would explain, today we're talking about a scientist in history that is making big changes, and here's his discovery. Give some information about the discovery, then explain what the discovery will help scientists do and why it's important. Add a little more about how this discovery will help scientists and do what the discovery will help scientists do and why it's important. And then last, summarize or have like a in conclusion sentence. So I will try to post a video of the students who did this last year, so that way you'll be able to see a live video of it, or I might just show it in class depending on if I can share the link. So each person would only say 3 things, and stay tuned for all the cool scientist newscast. All right.